is a... Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. Throwing on first down. Welch. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. To throw on second down. Welch. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Let's go! Green 39!
On first down. Welch. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Off-play action. Welch. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback. And that philosophy works for them very well.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5". To throw is James on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second down following the incompletion. Some space here. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness? The burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, Good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Point after here coming up. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first down. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They run again with Giants. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On 3rd down, Welch. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Here's James on 1st and 10, and that is incomplete. Carter, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
James throwing again, and he fires one incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to, but when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. James. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
There are the numbers last week for Jay Ajayi. 19 carries, 90 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top-5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Person. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. Welch. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Looking to throw on second down. Welch over the middle, complete. That's Person. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And New York set to take the field. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Now James throwing on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again. And instead, it works opposite.
Green 39.
James now on third down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Yoder. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A handoff as they run the counter play. And an alley to run. He's got daylight. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
and again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. Welch firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 14-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
Back to throw. Welch. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw is James. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Let's go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. James. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An update now. A bit of a surprise going on at FedEx Field in Washington. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on 2nd down. Welch over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Welch. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's James, operating from the gun. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
False start, offense.
Here's Ajayi, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On the give, this is their fullback. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. They run with Ajayi, and he is knocked down from the side. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This is Ajayi. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. Yes. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Send me to Orlando, please.
Don't be so soft. Looking to throw on second down. Welch drops it off to Ajayi. And a big collision there. He's hit and knocked backward near the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, Welch. Pass incomplete. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Let's go. Green 39.
Back to the air on second down. Welch. And that is incomplete here. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
From the gun, Welch. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. Shifts by him. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Patriots, they've opened a 2-touchdown advantage in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Here we go. Green 39. Green.
James on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now James to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Yoder. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense has it 1st and 10. James now from the gun. He'll throw over the middle, complete. It's Yoder. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
To throw is James. On 1st and 10. It's complete to Fuller. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And now a 1st down following that long gain.
From
the red zone now, they'll look to throw. is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
Throwing again, James. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Throwing on first down. Welch. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Green 39! Green 39!
To throw on second down. Welch got his man complete over the middle. It's Person. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A final shot before break. Welch. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down.
Here we go. Green 39!
A final shot before break. Welch. And that is going to be incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Eagles are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Giants have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Pick it up early in the first. Reynolds able to get clear of the defense, and he'll take this 80 yards for the score as they get out to a 7-0 lead. First and 10. Reynolds is going to bust out into open space, but a quick 3-play drive ends with a score as they move out in front, 14-0. Giants have it late in the first half. The hurry throw would be picked off. Watkins is reading the play and comes away with it, ending the drive. Offense now with the shot after the interception. Here it will get a sack by Pierre-Paul. This will go for a loss of 7. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's send it back up to Brandon and Charles in Philadelphia.
Short boot taken at the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And some room to roam now. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there with his third touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. So he's in for his third score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On first down, Welch. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
Throwing on third and long. Welch. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. James. And that'll be incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one's well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
Here's James. Off play action. Over the middle, complete. It's Brooks. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And a big 32-yard play on third. Well, it's one thing to complete that pass on a nice sunny 70-degree day, but in these elements, that's a tough thing to do.
It is, and let's just put the whole thing together, not just throwing the ball. Trying to protect the quarterback now when you got the pass rushers coming at you and maybe things are a little slippery on the field. The guys trying to cover downfield, wanting to make sure they keep their footing as the guys make their cuts. Looking back and locating the ball, you name it, it's difficult all the way around. But the guy throwing it, he may have the toughest task.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. James operating from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. And on that one with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you get 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out come the Giants. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now James. From the gun, he'll throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And an update from our nation's capital in D.C. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. On 1st and 10, Welch over the middle. It's Amendola. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now it's Ajayi. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Green, 39.
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker, and on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Operating from the gun, Welch. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
James now throwing on 1st down. And this one's incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go. Blue, land it.
From the gun, James. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground with a Giant. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welch. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense.
Operating from the gun, Welch. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw on 2nd down. Welch. And that's going to be incomplete. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. From the gun, Welch. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And New York set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd down, and the offense needing 5 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Now let's go. Green 39.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. And looks like the Bengals starting to pull away in that one. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And some room to work. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 30 yards there. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Throwing on 1st down. Welch got his man complete over the middle. That's Person. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. Green 39. Green.
On 1st down, Welch. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Person. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welch throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Welch. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. To throw on second down, Welch. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. They start on the ground with Gallman, trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Let's go! Green, 39!
On 3rd down, it's Reynolds. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
To throw on 3rd down, Welch. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A very solid gain of 27. Back to throw. Welch. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
All right,
Looking to throw on second down. Welch throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third down, Welch. And this is going to be incomplete. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on fourth down, but they're going once more. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are close to finishing off this football game. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. The Giants on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for the Giants, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.